Albertosaurus. The Albertosaurus, a carnivorous dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, measured about 29 feet long, making it roughly half the size of its relative Tyrannosaurus. Despite this size difference, it shared similar physical traits with other meat-eaters, including a large muscular head and a mouth filled with sharp, serrated teeth capable of delivering powerful bites. Notably, Albertosaurus had small forearms with only 2 functional fingers, which likely limited its ability to feed itself. These limbs may have served other purposes, such as aiding in mating or helping the dinosaur rise from a prone position. Paleontologists debate whether Albertosaurus was a fast predator. Its heavy body suggests it couldn't sustain high-speed chases for long. Instead, it likely relied on ambush tactics, charging at speeds of 18 to 20 miles per hour to capture prey with its strong jaws and clawed legs. Allosaurus. The Allosaurus, meaning different lizard, was a dominant carnivorous dinosaur that lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 150 million years ago, across western North America and parts of Africa. This formidable predator could reach lengths of up to 39 feet and weigh between 1 to 2 tons. Its large skull, measuring about 2.5 feet, housed around 70 sharp, backward-facing teeth designed for gripping and tearing flesh. Equipped with strong front claws and 4 large claws on its back feet, Allosaurus was well adapted for hunting. However, scientists debate its hunting strategies. Some believe it was too large and clumsy to hunt effectively, while others argue that it was agile enough to pursue prey in packs. Evidence suggests that Allosaurus may have hunted large herbivores like Apatosaurus, as fossilized remains show bite marks consistent with its teeth. Overall, Allosaurus remains a key figure in our understanding of Jurassic ecosystems and predator-prey dynamics. Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus is an early Jurassic dinosaur that lived approximately 200 to 195 million years ago, primarily found in the USA and southern Africa. Although its remains were discovered in 1818, it was only identified as a dinosaur in 1885. The name Ankylosaurus translates to near reptile, reflecting its discovery near the ground surface. This dinosaur featured a slender nose and a triangular head equipped with diamond-shaped teeth, ideal for herbivorous feeding. Its anatomy included a long neck, body, and tail, along with narrow feet that had large, curved thumb claws likely used for digging up plants. With arms about 1/3 the length of its back legs, Ankylosaurus predominantly walked on all fours, but may have occasionally stood on its hind legs to reach higher vegetation. Ankylosaurs. The ankylosaurs were formidable armored dinosaurs that roamed the Earth from the Middle Jurassic to the late Cretaceous periods, primarily found in regions such as North America, East Asia, and Antarctica. Known for their heavy bone plates and spikes, these dinosaurs were even more heavily protected than their relatives, the nodosaurs. Their bodies were covered with thick, bony plates, including armor on their eyelids, making them exceptionally resilient. Weighing between 4 to 5 tons, ankylosaurs like the Ankylosaurus had a distinctive feature, a club-like bone structure at the end of their tails, which they could wield as a weapon against predators. This impressive armor made them the tanks of the dinosaur age, showcasing their evolutionary adaptations for defense in a world filled with threats. Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus, a remarkable dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, thrived in what is now Alberta, Canada, and Montana, USA. Known as the armored tank of the dinosaurs, it weighed nearly 4 tons and measured 33 feet in length, making it the largest member of the ankylosaur group. Its body was heavily protected by thick armored skin and bony plates, making it nearly impervious to predators. Ankylosaurus featured a broad body that spanned 16 feet and boasted a skull measuring up to 2.5 feet long, complete with sturdy triangular horns. One of its most distinctive features was the heavy bony club at the end of its tail, which served as a formidable weapon against attackers. This dinosaur primarily fed on plants and likely lived in small groups, surviving until the end of the Cretaceous period. Its unique adaptations made Ankylosaurus one of the last surviving dinosaurs of its time. Apatosaurus. The Apatosaurus, often referred to as the thunder lizard, lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 152 to 151 million years ago, in regions that are now Oklahoma, Utah, and Wyoming. This colossal dinosaur, previously known as Brontosaurus, earned its nickname due to the thunderous sounds produced by its massive 33-ton body as it moved through its habitat. As one of the largest terrestrial animals, Apatosaurus belonged to the plant-eating sauropods group, which includes other notable dinosaurs like Diplodocus and Camarasaurus. Characterized by a long neck and an even longer tail, an adult Apatosaurus could reach lengths of up to 78 feet, featuring a surprisingly small head measuring only 22 inches. Although it was not the longest among its relatives, Apatosaurus was nearly 3 times heavier than Diplodocus due to its denser bones and a tail composed of about 82 interlocking vertebrae. Archaeopteryx. In 1861, a significant fossil imprint of Archaeopteryx was discovered in Germany, dating back 148 million years. Initially mistaken for a small meat-eating dinosaur, scientists soon recognized the feather imprints surrounding the skeleton, highlighting its importance in linking dinosaurs to modern birds. Archaeopteryx resembled a pigeon in size and featured a small head, large eyes, and extensive feathers. However, it retained dinosaur-like traits including teeth, claws, and a long bony tail. Its heavier bones and fewer wing muscles suggest that it likely could not fly, well, but may have glided between trees and hunted insects or small animals on the ground. This discovery underscored the evolutionary connection between ancient reptiles and contemporary avians. Archelon. The Archelon is a genus of large marine turtles that thrived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 70 to 75 million years ago, primarily in North America. Known for being one of the largest sea turtles ever, Archelon could reach lengths of up to 4 meters and weigh over 1,000 kilograms. Its unique flattened and streamlined shell, resembling that of a leatherback turtle, consisted of a bony framework covered by skin and fat, differentiating it from modern turtles with hard shells. Equipped with large flippers for efficient swimming in open waters, Archelon's beak-like jaws indicate a diet mainly consisting of jellyfish and other soft-bodied organisms, positioning it as a predator in its marine ecosystem. Fossil evidence also suggests that Archelon may have engaged in long migrations between feeding grounds. The discovery of Archelon has greatly enhanced our understanding of the evolutionary history and adaptations of sea turtles, showcasing how prehistoric species evolved to thrive in their environments over millions of years. Avimimus. The Avimimus, a small dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, was discovered in Mongolia and China in 1981. Its name, meaning bird mimic, reflects its intriguing bird-like characteristics, including a large brain, a toothless beak, and a ridge on its forearm that resembles those found on birds where feathers attach. This has led to speculation that Avimimus may have had feathers on its arms, potentially using them for quick jumps or swatting insects. Despite these features, Avimimus is not considered an ancestor of modern birds. It lived millions of years after Archaeopteryx, the first known bird. Additionally, many paleontologists are skeptical about the presence of feathers on Avimimus due to the complexity of feather evolution, suggesting that feathers likely did not evolve twice independently. Baryonyx. The Baryonyx, a dinosaur from the early Cretaceous period, was discovered in Sussex, England, in 1983 by an amateur fossil hunter. This unique dinosaur is notable for its adaptations for fishing, making it the only known dinosaur with such a diet. Its long, narrow, crocodile-like snout featured nostrils positioned toward the back, allowing it to breathe while submerged. Baryonyx had an impressive number of small, sharp teeth, twice as many as most dinosaurs, which likely aided in catching fish. The name Baryonyx, meaning heavy claw, refers to its large, curved claws that could exceed a foot in length. While the exact location of these claws remains uncertain since they were not found attached to the skeleton, they were presumably useful for spearing fish. Evidence supporting Baryonyx's piscivorous diet includes the discovery of fish remains in what would have been its stomach. Additionally, scientists believe that Baryonyx may have walked on all fours due to its long front legs, suggesting a possible semi-quadrupedal locomotion. It is Also related to Spinosaurus, another notable dinosaur known for its aquatic adaptations, Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus, a massive plant-eating dinosaur that roamed during the late Jurassic period, is considered one of the heaviest land animals ever, weighing around 89 tons, equivalent to 12 modern elephants. Measuring approximately 75 feet in length, its skeletal remains have been discovered in both North America and Africa. Notably, Brachiosaurus had a unique body structure with front legs longer than its hind legs, allowing it to reach impressive heights of up to 45 feet. Its long neck comprised nearly half of its total height, while its relatively small head measured just 3 feet long. The name Brachiosaurus, meaning arm lizard, reflects this distinctive limb structure. Initially believed to have spent much of its time submerged, this theory has been debunked due to the impracticality of breathing underwater, given its immense size. Overall, Brachiosaurus stands out as a remarkable example of prehistoric life, showcasing both size and unique anatomical features. Camarasaurus. The Camarasaurus, known as the chambered lizard, was a long-necked herbivore that thrived in North America during the late Jurassic period, around 155 to 143.1 million years ago. This dinosaur, which reached lengths of up to 59 feet, was characterized by its small head atop an elongated neck, allowing it to access high vegetation. Commonly found in regions like Colorado, Oklahoma, Utah, and Wyoming, Camarasaurus likely traveled in herds to find food. One notable feature of Camarasaurus was its nostrils, positioned high on its head near the eyes. Initially, scientists speculated that it might have lived mostly underwater, with only its head exposed for breathing. However, this theory was dismissed due to concerns about water pressure. More recent hypotheses suggest that Camarasaurus may have had a long trunk similar to an elephant's extending from its nostrils, or that these nostrils served as a cooling mechanism for its brain. Carnosaurs. The carnosaurs, known as meat-eating lizards, roamed during the Middle Jurassic to late Cretaceous periods, approximately 174 to 90 million years ago, across regions including North America, Africa, and China. These formidable dinosaurs were characterized by their powerful hind legs, small forelimbs, and sharp claws and teeth, making them apex predators akin to modern-day lions and leopards. They likely hunted solo or in packs, targeting weaker or slower members of herbivore herds, which sometimes included large plant-eating sauropods. The term carnosaur does not imply close genetic relationships among these species, but highlights their shared predatory traits. Ceratopsids. The ceratopsids were large, four-footed dinosaurs that thrived during the late Cretaceous period, around 82 to 66 million years ago, primarily in Asia and North America. Characterized by their massive, armored heads adorned with horns, these dinosaurs had thick protective coverings that extended to their necks, making them highly resilient to attacks. They lived in herds, likely feeding on tough vegetation with their strong beak-like jaws, and exhibited behaviors reminiscent of modern rhinoceroses. When threatened by predators, ceratopsids would form a defensive stance, facing outward to present a formidable barrier of spikes. Their unique adaptations highlight their role as both peaceful herbivores and formidable defenders in their ecosystems. Chasmosaurus. The Chasmosaurus was a dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 77 to 76 million years ago, in regions now known as Alberta, Canada, and New Mexico, USA. Similar to its relative Triceratops, Chasmosaurus featured 3 prominent horns on its head and a large neck shield. However, this shield was unique due to its 2 large holes, which scientists believe may have accommodated strong jaw muscles, enabling the dinosaur to effectively bite down on tough vegetation. Additionally, fossil evidence reveals that Chasmosaurus had skin characterized by large, round bumps. Chirostenodes. The Chirostenodes, meaning narrow-handed, is a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, approximately 76.5 to 75 million years ago, discovered in Alberta, Canada. Our knowledge of this species is limited, primarily based on 2 well-preserved clawed hands that bear a resemblance to those of dromaeosaurs, which were known for their speed and predatory nature. This similarity suggests that Chirostenodes may have been a pack hunter, potentially able to track and take down larger dinosaurs. Coelophysis. The coelophysis, a small and agile dinosaur from the late Triassic period, was known for its speed and predatory skills. Standing about 7 feet tall, it had powerful rear legs, a slender body, and a long, narrow head filled with sharp teeth. Its nearly hollow leg bones reduced body weight, enhancing its agility. In 1947, a significant discovery of coelophysis skeletons in New Mexico suggested that these dinosaurs may have hunted in packs. However, the presence of juvenile skeletons within adult remains led scientists to reconsider their reproductive habits. Initially thought to indicate live births, it is now believed that coelophysis occasionally engaged in cannibalism, consuming its own young. Coelurosaurs. The coelurosaurs were small, bipedal carnivorous dinosaurs that existed from the Middle Jurassic to the Holocene, spanning approximately 165 million years. Their name translates to hollow tail, reflecting a characteristic feature. This group, while not strictly related, includes notable species such as Compsognathus ornitholestis and Coelophysis. Coelurosaurs inhabited regions across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, showcasing their widespread presence during their era. Compsognathus. The Compsognathus, the smallest known dinosaur, lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 150.8 to 145 million years ago in Europe. First discovered in Germany, this dinosaur was roughly the size of a house cat, characterized by its long back legs, short arms, and a long tail that aided in balance while running. Evidence suggests that Compsognathus primarily fed on lizards, as indicated by a lizard skeleton found within a fossil. A significant aspect of Compsognathus is its potential relationship to Archaeopteryx, often regarded as the first bird. Proponents of this theory point to the similarities in bone structure and size between the two species, as well as their overlapping temporal range. However, some scientists argue against this connection due to differences in bone composition. Compsognathus had hollow bones akin to modern birds, while Archaeopteryx had solid bones. Additionally, Compsognathus lacked a collarbone, which many believe is essential for the evolution of birds' wishbones. Despite these debates, it remains possible that Compsognathus could be a distant relative of Archaeopteryx or that it lived earlier than previously thought. The discussion about its lineage continues to intrigue paleontologists and contribute to our understanding of dinosaur evolution and the origins of birds. Corythosaurus. The Corythosaurus, known as the helmeted lizard, lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 77 to 75.7 million years ago in what is now Alberta, Canada, and Montana, USA. This large hadrosaur measured about 33 feet long and weighed around 5 tons, making it one of the largest duck-billed dinosaurs. Its most distinctive feature is the prominent hollow crest on its head, which resembles an upright dinner plate and can reach nearly a foot in height. The crest is filled with nasal passages, but its exact purpose remains uncertain. Current theories suggest that the crest may have served multiple functions. It could have acted as a sounding device for communication or a sensory enhancement for smell. Other possibilities include its use for thermoregulation or as a means of attracting mates through vibrant coloration. Despite ongoing research, the definitive role of the Corythosaurus crest continues to be a topic of interest among paleontologists. Deinonychus. The Deinonychus was a small but formidable predator that lived during the early Cretaceous period, approximately 115 to 108 million years ago, in what is now the western United States. Ranging from 7 to 10 feet in length, these agile dinosaurs were capable of hunting in packs, effectively overpowering much larger prey, such as slow-moving herbivores. Their physical adaptations included powerful thighs and a large head equipped with sharp teeth for tearing flesh. A distinctive feature of Deinonychus was its large curved claw on each foot, which was retracted during movement to avoid hindrance, but could be deployed as a weapon during attacks. This claw, combined with its ability to grasp prey with its mouth and limbs, made it a skilled hunter, likely targeting the vulnerable underbelly of its victims. Some scientists propose that Deinonychus may have been warm-blooded to support its high activity levels, as a cold-blooded physiology would not have sufficed for its dynamic hunting lifestyle. Overall, Deinonychus exemplified efficiency and adaptability in the predatory niche it occupied. Deinosuchus. The Deinosuchus was a prehistoric crocodile that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 82 to 73 million years ago, in what is now Texas, USA. This ancient creature had bumpy skin similar to modern crocodiles and is closely related to them. While the first crocodiles appeared around 230 million years ago alongside the first dinosaurs, Deinosuchus stands out for its impressive size. Only its skull has been discovered, measuring about 6 feet 6 inches long, suggesting that if its body was proportionate to modern crocodiles, it could have reached lengths of up to 50 feet. Deinosuchus was a formidable predator, capable of ambushing medium-sized dinosaurs with its powerful jaws while lurking in swamps. Its existence highlights the evolutionary success of crocodiles, which have survived through the ages, while dinosaurs did not. Dilophosaurus. The Dilophosaurus, an early Jurassic carnivore that lived between 195.2 and 183.7 million years ago in Arizona, is recognized as one of the first significant meat eaters. It was characterized by its agility, running on 2 legs with a long tail and sharp teeth. Notably, it possessed 2 thin bony crests on its head, which likely served as a means to signal gender or intimidate other species rather than for combat. Its long and slender teeth, along with relatively weaker jaws compared to other predators, suggest that Dilophosaurus may have employed a slashing technique on its prey or acted as a scavenger rather than relying on powerful bites to kill. Dimetrodon. The Dimetrodon, a prehistoric reptile from the early Permian period in North America, is known for its distinctive sail fin. Initially, some scientists speculated that this sail could have allowed Dimetrodon to sail across water while hunting for food. However, current understanding suggests that the sail primarily served thermoregulatory purposes. By positioning the sail towards the sun, Dimetrodon could effectively absorb heat to warm its cold-blooded body or angle it to cool down. The sail may have also been brightly colored, potentially used for intimidating rivals or attracting mates. Fossil evidence indicates that Dimetrodon likely fed on fish and possibly other animals, as its sharp teeth and fossil locations near ancient lakes suggest a diet that included aquatic prey. Diplodocid. The diplodocids were a family of large, yet relatively lightweight dinosaurs that thrived during the Middle Jurassic to early Cretaceous periods, approximately 170 to 136.4 million years ago, primarily in regions of North America such as Colorado, Montana, Utah, and Wyoming. Characterized by their tapering heads, pencil-like teeth, and nostrils positioned on top of their heads, diplodocids included well-known species like Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Supersaurus, and Seismosaurus. Their remarkable size was facilitated by hollowed bones that reduced their weight compared to other massive sauropods like Brachiosaurus. While primarily found in North America, diplodocids also existed in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Diplodocus. The Diplodocus was a massive dinosaur that lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 154 to 152 million years ago, in regions that are now Colorado, Montana, Wyoming, and Utah. This dinosaur could reach lengths of up to 100 feet, with most of its size attributed to its extraordinarily long neck and tail. Its body measured only about 13 feet, while its head was a small 2 feet. Despite its great length, Diplodocus weighed around 11 tons, significantly lighter than its relative Brachiosaurus due to its hollow bones. Diplodocus likely traveled in herds and fed on the abundant vegetation of its time. Some scientists propose that when food was scarce, Diplodocus could rear up on its hind legs and use its long tail for balance to reach heights of nearly 50 feet, allowing it to access foliage well above the reach of modern-day giraffes. Dromaeosaurs. The dromaeosaurs, known for their speed and ferocity, thrived during the Cretaceous period in regions such as Alberta, Canada, and Central Asia. These predatory dinosaurs featured long heads, sharp eyesight, and relatively large brains for their size, which contributed to their effectiveness as hunters. Their front limbs were notably long, equipped with 3 fingers ending in sharp, curved claws. A distinctive feature of dromaeosaurs was their slashing toe on the back foot, which they raised while moving but used to deliver lethal cuts to their prey during attacks. While they were formidable solo hunters, there is evidence suggesting that dromaeosaurs may have hunted in packs to take down larger animals. Dryosaurus. The Dryosaurus, meaning oak lizard, was a 2-legged herbivorous dinosaur that lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 155 to 145 million years ago. This dinosaur, known for its narrow eyes and stiff tail, had strong legs that allowed it to escape predators. Its long arms featured 5-fingered hands equipped with a beak and grinding teeth, which likely helped it grasp and chew food efficiently. Fossils of Dryosaurus have been discovered in various locations, including Romania, England, Tanzania, and the United States. Edmontosaurus. The Edmontosaurus was a large duck-billed hadrosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 73 to 66 million years ago, in regions that are now Alberta, Canada, and Montana, USA. This dinosaur measured about 43 feet in length and was characterized by its broad, flat snout and a toothless beak resembling that of a duck. However, its inner jaw contained numerous teeth, over 1,000 at any time, ideal for grinding tough vegetation, with new teeth rapidly replacing those that wore down. Similar to the iguanodon, Edmontosaurus could move its jaw side to side, enhancing its ability to process fibrous plant material. One distinctive feature was its large nostrils, which paleontologists suggest may have been covered with inflatable flaps of skin. These flaps could have allowed Edmontosaurus to produce loud sounds and possibly displayed vibrant colors during mating season or for social recognition among individuals. Elasmosaurus. The Elasmosaurus, a marine reptile from the late Cretaceous period, is recognized as the longest known plesiosaur, measuring an impressive 46 feet in length. Its most distinctive feature is its extraordinarily long neck, which alone spans about 26 feet and contains over 71 vertebrae, making it 3 times longer than that of its closest relatives. The rest of its body is robust and compact, with a short tail and large paddle-like flippers that enable efficient swimming, similar to a sea turtle. Elasmosaurus likely spent much of its time in the water with its head above the surface, using its keen eyesight to hunt for small fish and squid. Like other plesiosaurs, it probably ventured onto land only to lay its eggs in sandy areas. Fossil evidence has been found in regions such as Alberta and Kansas in the USA, as well as Japan, highlighting its widespread presence during its era. Estimenosuchus. The Estimenosuchus, a mammal-like reptile from the Middle Permian period, existed around 267 million years ago in what is now Russia. Its name translates to crowned crocodile. This creature featured a robust skull measuring approximately 36 inches long, adorned with bony protrusions on its forehead and snout, likely used for combat among males. Despite having large, sharp front teeth, its tiny side teeth indicate a herbivorous diet. Estimenosuchus lived just before the rise of dinosaurs in the Triassic period, marking an important phase in the evolution of reptiles. Euoplocephalus. The Euoplocephalus was a large, armored dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 76.4 to 75.6 million years ago, in what is now Alberta, Canada. Weighing nearly 2 tons and measuring 18 feet long, it was one of the largest ankylosaurs. Despite its heavy armor and thick bones, which were arranged in narrow bands, Euoplocephalus was surprisingly agile for its size. Its body was covered with extensive armor plating, including large bony knobs and pointed spikes located on its head, shoulders, and tail. Notably, even its eyelids were armored to protect its eyes during combat. In encounters with predators like Tyrannosaurus, Euoplocephalus would have posed a significant challenge due to its robust defenses. It could use the bony club at the end of its tail to strike at an attacker's legs or stomach, potentially inflicting fatal injuries. This combination of agility and formidable weaponry made Euoplocephalus a well-adapted fighter in its prehistoric environment. Euparkeria. The Euparkeria, a small reptile from the Middle Triassic period in South Africa, is believed to be an early ancestor of both dinosaurs and crocodiles, although this remains uncertain due to poorly preserved ankle fossils. Measuring about 2 feet in length, Euparkeria was a lightly built meat-eater that primarily walked on all fours but could run on its powerful hind legs when necessary. It featured a long tail, approximately half the length of its body, and bony plates along its back and tail. The name Euparkeria translates to Parker's good animal, honoring British scientist W.K. Parker. Gallimimus. The Gallimimus was a dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 70 million years ago, in Asia. Similar to its American relatives Struthiomimus and Ornithomimus, Gallimimus had an ostrich-like appearance, characterized by long legs and a toothless skull. It was larger than both Struthiomimus and Ornithomimus and could reach speeds of nearly 35 miles per hour. Its diet likely included lizards, insects, and plants. Notably, Gallimimus's hands were not designed for grasping, suggesting they may have been used for digging instead. Gripposaurus. The Gripposaurus, which translates to hook-nosed lizard, was a large herbivorous dinosaur that roamed Canada during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 80 to 75 million years ago. This distinctive dinosaur is characterized by its unique hook-shaped nose and an arch of bone on its snout, features that set it apart from other hadrosaurids, known for their duck-billed appearance. Gripposaurus was named by the renowned paleontologist Lawrence Lamb, highlighting its significance in the study of dinosaur evolution and diversity. Hadrosaurids. The hadrosaurids, known as duck-billed dinosaurs, thrived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 86.3 to 66 million years ago, and were among the most prevalent dinosaurs found primarily in the Northern Hemisphere and some parts of South America. These herbivorous dinosaurs were characterized by their long faces and flattened snouts resembling duckbills. Their mouths lacked teeth at the front but contained numerous teeth used for grinding tough plant material. As they aged, worn teeth were continuously replaced. Hadrosaurids likely adopted a quadrupedal stance while foraging for food, but would stand on their powerful hind legs to evade predators. Homalocephaly. The Homalocephaly, a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period around 70 million years ago, was found in North America and Central Asia. Unlike its relatives such as Prenocephaly and Pachycephalosaurus, which had domed heads, Homalocephaly featured a thick, flat, wedge-shaped head adorned with knobs. Its name translates to even head, reflecting this unique head structure. It is believed that Homalocephaly may have engaged in head-butting behaviors similar to mountain goats, potentially to assert dominance among males. This dinosaur walked on 2 widely spaced legs, which might have helped absorb the impact during head clashes or indicated a reproductive strategy of live births. Hypsilophodontids. The Hypsilophodontids were a successful family of dinosaurs that lived during the early Cretaceous period, approximately 130 to 125 million years ago, across Europe and North America. These herbivorous dinosaurs were characterized by their large eyes, cheek structures for food storage while chewing, and self-sharpening teeth that could replace themselves as they wore down. They had 5 fingers on their hands and 4 toes on their feet, indicating a well-adapted anatomy for their lifestyle. Notably, Hypsilophodontids were bipedal and possessed long, strong back legs, making them quite speedy. They are believed to be ancestors of the iguanodonts and hadrosaurs, having replaced the fabrosaurs that went extinct at the end of the Jurassic period. Fossil evidence suggests that they exhibited parental care, as nests containing their eggs have been found with indications that young stayed close to their parents. Additionally, these dinosaurs likely lived in herds, similar to modern-day gazelles. Ichthyosaurus. The Ichthyosaurus, a marine reptile from the early Jurassic period around 200 million years ago, resembled a fish and swam like one, but it was not a dinosaur. For nearly 88 million years, it thrived in the ancient seas, preying on primitive fish in shallow waters. With its streamlined body, dorsal fin, and powerful tail, Ichthyosaurus was akin to modern dolphins, exhibiting speed and acrobatic abilities. This creature needed to surface for air and had large eyes and specialized ear bones for locating prey through sound. Fossils of Ichthyosaurus have been discovered extensively across Europe and North America, preserved due to sediment covering their remains after death. Notably, Ichthyosaurus was viviparous, giving birth to live young rather than laying eggs, with many fossils showing embryos within adult skeletons. Some even depict young ichthyosauruses emerging from their mothers, highlighting their unique reproductive traits. Iguanodon. The iguanodon was a large dinosaur that lived during the early Cretaceous period, approximately 126 to 122 million years ago, across regions including Europe, Mongolia, North Africa, and Western North America. Initially misidentified as a gigantic mammal, due to its discovered bones in the early 19th century, it was later named by geologist Gideon Mantell in 1825 after recognizing its teeth resembled those of modern iguanas. Measuring about 30 feet long and weighing close to 5 tons, Iguanodon stood around 16 feet tall and was known for using its tail as a weapon while walking. It had small hooves on its limbs and sturdy legs, allowing it to stand on its back legs to reach higher vegetation. Fossils indicate that Iguanodon likely traveled in large herds, thriving in the warm, humid environments filled with abundant plant life during its time. Iguanodontids. The iguanodontids were a family of heavily built, plant-eating dinosaurs that lived during the early Cretaceous period, approximately 126 to 122 million years ago, across regions including Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, and North America. Characterized by their long heads and toothless beaks designed for clipping plants, they also possessed rows of grinding teeth. Typically, these dinosaurs walked on all fours due to their robust build. However, they could rear up on their hind legs to access food or defend against predators. Their skeletal structure suggests a slow movement pattern, as their upper leg bones were longer than their lower leg bones. Additionally, they featured large spikes on their front feet, which likely served as a defense mechanism against rivals and carnivorous threats. Lambeosaurids. The Lambeosaurids were a unique group of duck-billed dinosaurs that thrived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 86.3 to 66 million years ago, primarily in North America and Asia. They are distinguished by their hollow crests, bumps, and horns on their heads, which allowed them to breathe through elongated nasal passages. These structures may have served multiple purposes, including communication, similar to blowing a trumpet, and attracting mates. Lambeosaurids likely lived in herds and inhabited swampy wetlands that dominated much of what is now North America, highlighting their adaptation to a specific environment during their existence. Lambeosaurus. The Lambeosaurus was a large duck-billed dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, existing approximately 76.47 to 74.44 million years ago, with fossils found in regions such as Baja California, Montana, and Saskatchewan. This hadrosaur was notable for its distinctive tall, hollow, squarish crest on its head and a backward-pointing horn. Measuring around 54 feet long, one specimen from Baja California is recognized as the largest known hadrosaur. Initially, scientists speculated that Lambeosaurus's unique headgear functioned as a snorkel for aquatic living. However, current understanding suggests that these dinosaurs were terrestrial creatures. The name Lambeosaurus, meaning lamb's lizard, honors the paleontologist Lawrence Lamb, who discovered the first specimen in 1914. Lesothosaurus. The Lesothosaurus, a small dinosaur from the early Jurassic period, thrived in the hot, dry plains of southern Africa. Its lightweight skeleton featured hollow limb bones, long back legs, a slender tail, short arms, and a flexible neck, making it well adapted to its environment. Notably, 2 Lesothosaurus skeletons were discovered curled up together, suggesting they may have estivated, similar to hibernation, but during summer to escape the heat. Surrounding these skeletons were worn-down teeth, indicating that while they were resting, they might have been growing new teeth. Maiasaura. The Maiasaura, a duck-billed dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, was discovered primarily in Montana, USA. The extensive fossil findings, including up to 10,000 skeletons in a boneyard, indicate that these dinosaurs lived in herds and cared for their young. The varying sizes of the skeletons, ranging from 10 to 23 feet long, suggest a community of different ages that perished due to volcanic activity. Additionally, a significant discovery of a nest containing 15 baby Maiasaura, each about 3 feet long, raises questions about their social behavior. Unlike many reptiles that are independent at birth, these young dinosaurs likely relied on their parents for food or returned to the nest after foraging. This behavior points to a strong familial bond, which is reflected in the meaning of their name, good mother lizard. Megazostrodon. The Megazostrodon lived during the late Triassic to early Jurassic period, approximately 208 to 189 million years ago in Lesotho, Africa. Contrary to popular belief, mammals like Megazostrodon coexisted with dinosaurs, scurrying among them while hunting for food. These small, shrew-like creatures were warm-blooded, furry, and likely suckled their young, although they are thought to have laid leathery eggs. Evolving from a specific group of reptiles, Megazostrodon developed several mammalian traits during its era. Unlike reptiles, which typically had one type of tooth, early mammals had 4 types, aiding in a varied diet. Their skeletal structure became more flexible, allowing for quicker movement, and they developed a shorter rib cage with larger lungs for efficient respiration. The most significant adaptation was becoming warm-blooded, enabling them to maintain a higher activity level than cold-blooded reptiles. Megazostrodon's diet likely consisted of small insects and reptiles, and it is believed that these early mammals primarily hunted at night to avoid predation by larger dinosaurs. Mosasaurus. The Mosasaurus, a giant marine reptile from the late Cretaceous period, was first discovered in a mine in Maastricht, Netherlands. Initially misidentified as either a whale or a type of fish, the fossil eventually reached Paris, where anatomist Georges Cuvier recognized it as a distinct species. The name Mosasaurus translates to Meuse lizard, named after the nearby Meuse River. These creatures typically measured around 30 feet long, with some possibly reaching lengths of 45 feet. They possessed a unique, jointed lower jaw that allowed them to open their mouths wide to consume large fish, evidenced by the discovery of petrified fish skeletons in their stomachs. Although the first specimen was found in the Netherlands, the most significant fossils are sourced from chalk beds in western Kansas. Nanotyrannus. The Nanotyrannus, meaning dwarf tyrant, was a small carnivorous dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 68.5 to 66 million years ago, in what is now Montana, USA. Measuring around 16 feet in length, it is primarily known from a skull found in Montana and a few teeth discovered in South Dakota. Initially thought to be an Albertosaurus due to its size, further examination revealed differences, particularly its forward-facing eyes, which suggested it had excellent depth perception and hunting skills. Some paleontologists propose that Nanotyrannus may actually represent a young Tyrannosaurus rex, as the bones found were not fully fused, indicating it had not yet reached maturity. This has led to ongoing debates about its classification and the understanding of growth patterns in theropod dinosaurs. Nodosaurids. The Nodosaurids were a family of 4-legged, plant-eating dinosaurs that thrived from the late Jurassic to the late Cretaceous period, approximately 155 to 66 million years ago across North America and Europe. Characterized by their bumpy skin covered in bony nodes and spikes along their sides, these dinosaurs had narrow heads equipped with leaf-shaped teeth and a robust beak for feeding. To defend against predators, they likely adopted a crouching posture close to the ground, utilizing their physical traits for protection. Ornithomimosaurs. The ornithomimosaurs were a group of bird-like dinosaurs that lived during the Cretaceous period, approximately 140 to 66 million years ago, primarily in North America. These dinosaurs resembled modern-day ostriches, characterized by their large brains, prominent eyes, narrow, toothless beaks, and long legs. Unlike ostriches, ornithomimosaurs had short arms and were known for their speed, likely running with powerful strides on their hind legs. Their diet is believed to have included shrimp, crabs, shellfish, insects, small animals, and plants. A related group, the Oviraptorosaurs, shared a similar appearance but had horn-covered jaws and were nicknamed egg thief lizards due to their presumed habit of consuming other dinosaurs' eggs. Ornithomimus. The ornithomimus, which lived during the late Cretaceous period in what is now Alberta, Canada, resembles a modern ostrich but is not directly related to it. This dinosaur features long, powerful legs adapted for running and lacks teeth, possibly having had a beak instead. Unlike ostriches, Ornithomimus possessed a long tail that constituted about half of its total length of 13 feet and had arms and hands instead of wings. Scientists believe its diet likely consisted of small plants and animals. Orodromeus. The Orodromeus, meaning mountain runner, was a small, swift-footed dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 76.7 million years ago, in what is now Montana, USA. Measuring about 6.5 feet in length, it featured long legs suited for running, short arms, and simple teeth likely adapted for a diet of fruits and possibly insects. Notably, Mother Orodromeus exhibited unique reproductive behavior, laying around a dozen eggs in a spiral arrangement. When the hatchlings were ready to emerge, they would peck their way out of their shells, showcasing their instinctive survival skills from an early age. Oviraptor. The Oviraptor was a dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 75 to 71 million years ago, in what is now Mongolia. The first complete fossil of Oviraptor was found near a nest of Protoceratops eggs, leading to the belief that it was attempting to eat the eggs when it was killed by an adult Protoceratops. This incident inspired the name Oviraptor, which means egg thief. This dinosaur measured about 5 to 6 feet in length and had a distinctive short head with large, toothless jaws resembling a beak. Its powerful jaw muscles enabled it to break through hard surfaces like dinosaur eggs. Additionally, Oviraptor featured a unique crest above its snout that contained air passages and openings for its nostrils, highlighting its unusual anatomical traits. Pachycephalosaurs. The pachycephalosaurs, known as thick-headed lizards, roamed during the Cretaceous period across regions, including North America, Central Asia, Europe, and Madagascar. Characterized by their distinctive dome-shaped skulls, which often featured bony knobs and spikes, these dinosaurs likely engaged in headbutting behaviors similar to modern mountain goats. This behavior may have been a means for males to establish dominance within their herds. As rare two-legged herbivores, pachycephalosaurs had 5 fingers and 3 toes and primarily fed on fruits, leaves, seeds, and possibly insects. Their unique physical traits and social behaviors make them a fascinating subject of study in dinosaur evolution. Pachycephalosaurus. The Pachycephalosaurus, meaning thick-headed lizard, lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 70 to 66 million years ago, in regions that are now Wyoming, USA, and Alberta, Canada. It is recognized as the largest and last of the bone-headed dinosaurs, characterized by its distinctive 2-foot-long head featuring a prominent dome that could be up to 18 inches thick. The dinosaur also had bony bumps along the edges of its skull and on its snout. It is believed that Pachycephalosaurus engaged in headbutting contests with others of its species to establish social hierarchy. Parasaurolophus. The Parasaurolophus, a distinctive duck-billed dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, was known for its impressive 6-foot-long head crest, which contained a hollow nasal passage. This unique feature, measuring nearly 1/6 of its total 33-foot length, was initially thought to function as a snorkel. However, further research revealed that the crest lacked an opening at the tip. Instead, scientists propose that Parasaurolophus may have used its crest to produce loud, trumpet-like sounds, possibly for communication purposes such as warning others of danger or attracting mates. These social dinosaurs roamed in herds across the jungles of North America and had excellent eyesight, suggesting that the crest also served as a means of identification among individuals. Overall, Parasaurolophus stands out not only for its size, but also for its remarkable headgear and potential social behaviors. Patagosaurus. The Patagosaurus was a medium-sized sauropod dinosaur that lived during the Middle Jurassic period, approximately 179.17 to 178.07 million years ago, in what is now Argentina. Measuring about 50 feet in length, it is notable for being one of only two known sauropods discovered in South America. The name Patagosaurus is derived from the Patagonia region, where its fossils were unearthed. Interestingly, the remains of Patagosaurus, which were found without a skull, are located in rocks that are about 15 million years older than those containing North American sauropod fossils, highlighting its unique temporal and geographical significance in the dinosaur lineage. Plateosaurus. The Plateosaurus, meaning broad lizard, was one of the earliest large plant-eating dinosaurs known as prosauropods, dating back to the late Triassic period, around 227 to 204 million years ago. This dinosaur roamed regions that are now northern Europe, including parts of England, France, Germany, and Switzerland. Fossil evidence from Germany suggests that Plateosaurus may have traveled in large herds while foraging on trees and bushes. Reaching lengths of up to 23 feet, Plateosaurus had a long tail that constituted nearly half its body length and a relatively small head. Its teeth were leaf-shaped with coarse serrations, resembling those of modern herbivorous lizards. While primarily walking on all fours, Plateosaurus could occasionally rear up on its strong hind legs to reach higher foliage. This combination of features highlights Plateosaurus as a significant ancestor to the larger sauropods like Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus. Plesiosaurus. The Plesiosaurus, an early member of the Plesiosaur group, thrived in the shallow seas of England and Germany during the early Jurassic period, approximately 199.6 to 175.6 million years ago. These marine reptiles, measuring around 7 feet in length, had unique adaptations for swimming. They used their long, narrow flippers in an up-and-down motion similar to a bird's wing, allowing them to glide gracefully through the water. Unlike typical reptiles, Plesiosaurus lacked limbs and instead relied on its paddle-shaped flippers and short tail for movement. Plesiosaurus was also a proficient hunter, utilizing its elongated neck to spot fish from above the water surface before swiftly capturing them with its sharp teeth. Additionally, like sea turtles, Plesiosaurus laid its eggs in sandy nests on beaches, making them vulnerable to predators during this process due to their lack of protective armor. Overall, Plesiosaurus was a remarkable marine reptile well adapted for its aquatic environment. Protoceratops. The Protoceratops, a horned dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, was discovered in Mongolia by an American Museum of Natural History expedition in the early 1920s. This dinosaur, measuring 6 feet long and weighing around 480 pounds, is a distant ancestor of the more well-known Triceratops. It featured a large skull with a bony neck frill that provided protection against larger predators, along with a narrow, parrot-like beak and powerful, toothed jaws. Notably, Protoceratops did not have true horns, but possessed a crest on its snout that may have been used in male combat. Among the most significant finds from this expedition was a well-preserved nest containing Protoceratops eggs, hatchlings, and juveniles. The eggs were meticulously arranged in shallow depressions in the sand, indicating careful nesting behavior. Unfortunately, the swirling sands likely buried the nest too deeply for the young to hatch, providing valuable insights into the reproductive habits of this ancient species. Pteranodon. The pteranodon, a notable member of the pterosaur group, thrived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 86 to 84.5 million years ago, across regions including England, Germany, and Midwestern North America. Initially misidentified as aquatic creatures upon the discovery of pterosaur fossils in Germany in 1784, it took a century for scientists to recognize their true nature as flying reptiles. With an impressive wingspan reaching up to 23 feet and weighing around 37 pounds, Pteranodon possessed a toothless sharp beak and a distinctive bony crest on its head. The exact purpose of this crest remains uncertain. It may have served as a decorative feature for mate attraction or functioned as a stabilizing rudder during flight. Pteranodon was likely an agile flyer, soaring over ancient seas that now comprise Kansas and Texas, reaching speeds of up to 23 miles per hour. Its feeding habits involve catching fish and mollusks, akin to modern pelicans, by swallowing them whole, due to its lack of teeth. Quetzalcoatlus. The Quetzalcoatlus, a giant pterosaur from the late Cretaceous period, was discovered in 1972 in Big Bend National Park, Texas. Previously, Pteranodon was considered the largest flying reptile, but Quetzalcoatlus surpassed it significantly. With an estimated weight of nearly 190 pounds and a wingspan of approximately 50 feet, it was comparable in size to a small airplane. Unlike many pterosaurs, Quetzalcoatlus likely inhabited inland areas away from water. Its wings were constructed of skin stretched over elongated forefingers, and it possessed a long neck and an elongated head. Scientists believe it had exceptional vision and exhibited scavenger-like behavior similar to modern vultures, allowing it to locate and feed on the carcasses of decaying dinosaurs. Rabdodon. The Rabdodon was a plant-eating dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 70 to 66 million years ago, in what is now Transylvania, Romania. This bird-hipped herbivore reached lengths of about 13 feet and is thought to belong to either the hypsilophodont or iguanodontid families. As an ornithopod, Rabdodon was part of a group of small bipedal dinosaurs that included other species like Lesothosaurus, Hypsilophodon, and Dryosaurus. Its classification and characteristics highlight the diversity of herbivorous dinosaurs in prehistoric ecosystems. Rhamphorhynchus. The Rhamphorhynchus was a small, agile pterosaur that lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 150.8 to 148.5 million years ago, with fossil evidence found in Germany and Tanzania, Africa. Characterized by its long beak and outwardly pointing teeth, it skimmed the seas to catch fish. This flying reptile had wings made of thin skin stretched between its long fourth fingers, similar to modern bats, and boasted a wingspan of about 3 feet 3 inches. Well-preserved fossils reveal its membranous wings and long kite-like tail, which was supported by bony rods and ended in a flared flap that aided in flight. Rhamphorhynchus exemplifies the unique adaptations of pterosaurs for aerial life. Sauropods. The sauropods were enormous four-legged dinosaurs that roamed the Earth from the late Triassic to the late Cretaceous period, approximately 228 to 66 million years ago. Known for their long necks and tails, these massive herbivores could weigh more than several elephants. Despite their colossal size, sauropods had relatively small heads, often comparable to that of a horse. Notable examples of this group include Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, and Diplodocus, which highlight the diversity and grandeur of these prehistoric giants. Seismosaurus. The Seismosaurus, meaning earthshaker reptile, is believed to be the largest dinosaur discovered, surpassing even Supersaurus and Ultrasaurus. This massive creature lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 154 to 152 million years ago, in what is now New Mexico, USA. Preliminary findings suggest that Seismosaurus could reach lengths of up to 140 feet. It shares a close relation with Diplodocus, characterized by its long front legs, shorter back legs, and an elongated neck and tail. Notably, a single vertebra found measures about 5 feet in length, providing insight into its colossal size. Although excavation is ongoing, Seismosaurus stands out as a remarkable example of prehistoric life. Stegosauras. The Stegosauras, a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, was discovered in Alberta, Canada. Known as a thick-headed lizard, this herbivorous dinosaur featured a distinctive dome-shaped skull made of thickened bone, which scientists believe it used for headbutting, similar to modern mountain goats. Adults measured about 6 feet in length and weighed around 120 pounds. Stegosauras lived in herds across the North American plains, utilizing its unique crash helmet primarily during interactions with other males. Stegosaurs. The stegosaurs, known as roof lizards, were among the largest plated dinosaurs, existing from the Middle Jurassic to the early Cretaceous period, approximately 169 to 100.5 million years ago. These dinosaurs were primarily herbivorous, walking on all 4 feet, and were characterized by 2 distinctive rows of plates or spikes along their backs and necks. Some species could reach lengths of up to 30 feet. Despite their massive bodies, stegosaurs had relatively small heads equipped with minimal teeth and a toothless beak at the front. Fossil evidence of these fascinating creatures has been discovered across various regions, including North America, Europe, Southern Africa, India, and China. Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus, a dinosaur from the late Jurassic period, was primarily found in what is now Colorado, USA, known for its distinctive plates, which helped absorb sunlight to regulate body temperature. This peaceful herbivore grew to an impressive length of 21 feet and could weigh up to 2 tons. Despite its size, Stegosaurus had a small mouth with tiny teeth, indicating it primarily consumed small plants. Interestingly, it also possessed a notably small brain, roughly the size of a walnut, which may have been the smallest relative to body size among dinosaurs. The name Stegosaurus translates to roof lizard, stemming from the early belief that its back plates formed a protective covering. Struthiomimus. The Struthiomimus, meaning ostrich mimic, existed during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 77 to 66 million years ago, in regions such as Alberta, Canada, and New Jersey, USA. This dinosaur resembled an ostrich with its bipedal stance, long flexible neck, small head, and beak-like skull. However, it differed by having a long tail for balance and arms shaped similarly to those of a sloth, which may suggest a diet primarily consisting of plants. The unique arm structure might have allowed Struthiomimus to pull down branches to feed. Additionally, some scientists speculate that it could have also consumed insects or lived along coastal areas, feeding on shrimp and crabs. Stygimoloch. The Stygimoloch, known as the demon from the Styx, was a unique dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, existing around 70 to 66 million years ago in what is now Montana, USA. This dinosaur belongs to the Pachycephalosaurs, a group characterized by their thick skulls. However, unlike its relatives, Stygimoloch featured a distinctive domed skull adorned with long spikes and horns, which may have served more for display than for headbutting behavior. Some scientists suggest that rather than engaging in physical confrontations, Stygimoloch might have used its striking headgear to assert social status among its peers. Styracosaurus. The Styracosaurus was a plant-eating dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 75.5 to 74.5 million years ago, in regions that are now Alberta, Canada, and Montana, USA. This 18-foot-long ceratopsian was equipped with a heavily armored head featuring a prominent nose horn and sharp spikes surrounding its neck frill, which served as effective defense mechanisms against predators like Albertosaurus. Fossil evidence suggests that Styracosaurus may have lived in herds, as large bone beds containing skeletons of varying ages indicate group behavior. These herds might have formed defensive circles with their spiked heads facing outward to deter meat-eating dinosaurs, creating a formidable barrier for any predator considering an attack. Tarbosaurus. The Tarbosaurus, meaning alarming reptile, was a dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 70 to 66 million years ago, in what is now Mongolia. First discovered in 1955 in the Nemegt Basin, 13 skeletons have been unearthed. While Tarbosaurus shares many skeletal similarities with Tyrannosaurus rex, it is generally smaller and exhibits some distinct differences in skull structure. Many experts consider it to be closely related to Tyrannosaurus, highlighting its significance in understanding the evolution of these formidable predators. Telmatosaurus. The Telmatosaurus, a small hadrosaur from the late Cretaceous period, was discovered in Transylvania, Romania, as well as in southern France. Weighing between 800 to 1,000 pounds and measuring about 16.5 feet in length, it is significantly smaller than its North American counterparts, weighing only 1/10 of the typical hadrosaur. This unique dinosaur highlights the diversity of dinosaur species beyond North America during its era. Thescelosaurus. The Thescelosaurus, meaning wondrous lizard, lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 69.42 to 66.04 million years ago in regions that are now Alberta, Montana, Saskatchewan, and Wyoming. Unlike its generally speedy relatives in the hypsilophodontid family, Thescelosaurus was likely one of the slowest members. Fossils indicate that it had a more robust build compared to other hypsilophodonts, leading some scientists to propose that it may actually belong to the iguanodont family instead. This dinosaur is distinguished by several unique features. It possessed teeth in the front of its upper jaw, had 5 toes on each foot, and its upper leg bones were as long as its lower leg bones. The hypsilophodonts were a notably successful group, thriving for over 100 million years and inhabiting all continents except Asia. Triceratops. The Triceratops, a prominent ceratopsid dinosaur, lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 68 to 66 million years ago, primarily in what is now Wyoming, USA. Known for its formidable 3-horned head and heavily armored body, Triceratops was a massive herbivore that could grow over 38 feet long and weigh up to 11 tons, making it heavier than an elephant. Its skull featured a thick neck frill, a short nose horn, and 2 long brow horns that could exceed 3 feet in length. Despite being a peaceful plant eater, Triceratops had significant defenses against predators like Tyrannosaurus. Fossil evidence indicates that Triceratops roamed in large herds across western North America and was one of the last dinosaurs to exist before the mass extinction event. Notably, in 1900, dinosaur collector John Bell Hatcher discovered 32 ceratopsian skulls in Niobrara County, most of which belonged to the Triceratops family. This highlights the importance of Triceratops in understanding dinosaur history and ecology. Troodon. The Troodon, a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, is believed to be one of the smartest dinosaurs due to its relatively large brain size compared to its body. The name Troodon translates to wounding tooth, originating from its discovery through a single tooth. Subsequent findings revealed more complete skeletons, showcasing its unique dental structure with different types of teeth in various jaw regions, similar to humans. Characterized by a lightly built frame, Troodon had a bird-like head and forward-facing eyes, traits common among predatory species. Its hands were well adapted for grasping, featuring a thumb that opposed its other claws, much like human hands. Troodon's combination of intelligence and physical adaptations suggests it was a highly specialized and capable dinosaur in its ecosystem. Troodontids. The Troodontids, also known as Sauronothoidids, were a family of intelligent bird-like dinosaurs that thrived from the late Jurassic to the late Cretaceous periods, approximately 150 to 66 million years ago. They inhabited regions including North America, Mongolia, and southern Europe. Characterized by their large brains and front-facing eyes, these dinosaurs exhibited traits similar to modern hunting animals. Troodontids possessed distinctive sharp claws on their back feet, reminiscent of the famous Deinonychus claws, but smaller in size. Some scientists propose that their cognitive abilities may have been comparable to those of certain mammals, highlighting their potential intelligence within the dinosaur lineage. Tyrannosaurids. The tyrannosaurids, known as tyrant lizards, were the largest meat-eating dinosaurs thriving during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 81.9 to 66 million years ago in regions of North America and Asia. These formidable theropods were characterized by their robust bodies, featuring a short, thick neck and a slender tail. Equipped with sharp, saw-edged teeth, some species possessed jaws large enough to potentially swallow a human, though they primarily preyed on duck-billed dinosaurs that inhabited their ecosystems. Their impressive size and predatory adaptations made them apex predators of their time. Tyrannosaurus. The Tyrannosaurus, meaning king of the tyrant lizards, lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 72.7 to 66 million years ago, across regions in North America and Asia, including Montana, Texas, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Mongolia, and China. This formidable predator weighed around 7 tons and could reach lengths of up to 45 feet, standing nearly 20 feet tall on its hind legs. It was equipped with powerful jaws and sharp, saw-edged teeth measuring 6 to 7 inches long, ideal for slicing through the flesh of other dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus likely preyed on various herbivorous dinosaurs such as hadrosaurs and triceratops, utilizing its speed and ferocity in hunting. While some paleontologists suggest it may have scavenged, the prevailing belief is that it was an active hunter. Its massive skull measured nearly 4 feet long, highlighting its status as one of the largest land predators in history. Ultrasaurus. In 1979, fossil hunter James Jensen made a remarkable discovery in western Colorado when he unearthed a massive dinosaur leg, later identified as belonging to Ultrasaurus. This enormous sauropod, related to Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus, lived during the early Cretaceous period, around 110 to 100 million years ago. Ultrasaurus is estimated to have reached lengths of up to 98 feet and weighed approximately 130 tons, potentially making it the largest land animal ever. Notably, its front leg is about 1/3 larger than that of Brachiosaurus. Although only a leg has been found so far, there is hope that more complete remains of Ultrasaurus will eventually be discovered. Velociraptor. The Velociraptor, meaning swift thief, was a lightweight dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 75 to 71 million years ago in Mongolia. Known for its speed and agility, it had long back legs, a stiff tail for balance, needle-sharp teeth, and a relatively large brain. Its most notable feature was the large, curved claw on the middle toe of each hind foot, which it used for slashing prey. Scientists believe velociraptors may have hunted in packs, allowing them to take down larger dinosaurs by using their front claws to grip and their back claws to slash at vulnerable areas. A notable fossil discovery in Mongolia in 1971 showcased a velociraptor and a protoceratops engaged in a fierce struggle, with evidence of both dinosaurs having died in combat. This finding highlights the predatory nature and ferocity of velociraptors in their prehistoric ecosystem. Unanosaurus. The Unanosaurus is a fascinating dinosaur from the early Jurassic period, existing between 199 and 183 million years ago in what is now China, named after the Yunnan province. This dinosaur is notable for its unique dental characteristics. While it belongs to the prosauropod group and had a body structure typical of four-legged herbivores with a long neck, its teeth closely resemble those of sauropods, such as Brachiosaurus. Specifically, Unanosaurus possessed over 60 teeth that not only mimicked the shape of sauropod teeth, but also exhibited similar wear patterns. To date, as many as 28 specimens of Unanosaurus have been discovered in China, highlighting its significance in paleontological studies.